Good day everyone. Welcome to second quarter and we'll talk about our first lesson in music and arts, which is the folk music of Southeast Asia. Today, we'll travel around Asia through music. So you will see how our Filipino folk songs share similarities with the music of our Asian neighbors like Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam. We'll learn what makes folk music special, how it was used by our ancestors, and how it still lives today. So music is the heart of culture, meaning it tells the story of who we are. So are you ready to explore the sound of our roots? You should be. Okay, so what in the first place is folk music? Okay, before there were music apps like Spotify, YouTube, or whatsoever. During our time, we have CDs, or even in the older times, they have radios. People created music with their voices and simple instruments. This kind of music is what we call folk music. It's called folk because it comes from the people, not only from the professional composers, but also these songs were learned by listening and repeating, which are actually passed down by memory. So, for example, imagine your grandparents singing lullabies or local songs. That's actually folk music. It talks about everyday life, love, work, celebrations, and sometimes even nature. So here are some common features of folk music or common traits. Okay, so these are the things that makes folk music sound the way it does. First, we have here repetition, meaning the same melody or rhythm is often repeated so people can easily memorize and sing along. Remember, there were no written notes for folk music. Second would be simplicity. Folk songs usually have short and easy phrases. They're meant to be sung by everyone, not just trained singers. Third, many Asian folk songs use the pentatonic scale, which means they are made up of five main notes instead of seven. This gives now Asian music that distinct, calm, and smooth sound. Finally, these songs had functions. They were sung for work, rituals, or celebrations. And the instruments were made from what nature provided, like bamboo, wood, and animal skin. So we have here some samples of folk songs for each of the country. Okay, so although Southeast Asia has many countries, our music shares similar qualities, which you will be able to listen to later on. So for example, in the Philippines, we have Pamulinawin, a love song from the Ilocos region. So let's listen to it.
Pamulinawin, usok indeng gaman, to'y umas-asog, agray tas sanjam, padunut teman, ingka pagintutulngan, to'y agayat, aguk ko'y ditas sanjam, SM.
Okay, yes, that's Pamulinawin. Next, we also have from Indonesia, there's the gamelan. It's played with gongs and metallophones during ceremonies. So an example would be this one. Next is the Pifat from Thailand, which uses xylophones and gongs for royal events. Let's listen to it. Next example that we have here is Cat Tru from Vietnam, which is a song poetry accompanied by stringed instruments. Next example that we have here is Dikir Barat from Malaysia. It's a group singing with percussion. So it's a group performance. There you go. And lastly, we have the Shengweng of Myanmar, which is a drum and gong ensemble for festivals. I want you to listen to this last one. Alright, there you go. So have you noticed something? Yes, that's correct. All these songs and instruments bring people together, whether for love, prayer, or celebration. Most of these sounds are actually similar with one another because they are just played with similar instruments and melodies. That's why we are Asian neighbors, because we have almost the same types or melodies. Okay, types of music or melodies. Next, let's talk about traditional vocal music. Okay, so vocal music simply means music sung by the voice. In ancient times, most of our songs were vocal, meaning people sang while working, praying, or even relaxing. So these songs are short, easy, and repetitive. Some follow a free rhythm, meaning they don't strictly follow beats, just like when we speak naturally. They were also often sung in groups, showing how music was part of community life. Okay, now that's for traditional vocal music. So we have here the different types of traditional vocal music. Okay, so every folk song had a purpose. So let's look at some of them. So narrative songs tell stories like Hudhud, the chant of the Ifugao about the hero Aliguyon. Okay, we also have children's songs that teach lessons like Bahay Kubo. And we also have lullabies that calm babies, nature songs that show love for the environment, and work songs that make tasks lighter and more fun. Even religious songs like Passion tell stories of faith. There. Isn't it amazing how music is part of every moment of life? Yeah. From childhood even to prayer. Okay? So which type of song do you enjoy most when it comes to this one? Alright. So let's talk about traditional instruments this time. Okay. These instruments are used to play folk music. So in the Philippines, our kulintang and agung gongs are common in Mindanao. And the kudyapi, two-string lute, is played by the Maranao and Tibudi. So this one is the kulintang. Yeah. This is the kudyapi. This is the bungkaka. And this is now the agung. Okay? And in other parts of Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, we have the gamelan ensemble that features multiple musicians playing gongs, drums, and metallophones, which are actually similar to our own kulintang group, this one. Okay? And so we also have here the angklung, the kini, the ranadak, and the danbao. So, do you notice a pattern? Yes. Can you see that? Many instruments across Southeast Asia use bamboo and metal. Why do you think so? Bamboo and metal are materials found in our natural environment. Okay. So, before we end this lesson, let's talk about first how similar music or folk music is across the region. When I say region, we're talking about Southeast Asian region. So these are the shared traits of music when it comes to ASEAN. Okay, so yeah, folk music across Southeast Asia may sound different in language, but it feels the same in spirit. It connects people, celebrates community, and respects nature. Through these songs, we learn about the values of cooperation, love, and gratitude. Traits that unite us as Asians. So, there you go. So, before we end, I want you to take a moment to reflect. Okay, folk music is more than just songs. It's our identity, our memory, and our voice as a people. So think about these simple tunes that carry deep meanings. What are these meanings? Love for nature, respect for community, and joy in life. So that's what makes Southeast Asian music truly special.